Today is Tuesday, Parashat Shemot. The parasha of this week tells us about the birth of Moshe Rabbeinu, how the daughter of Paro saves him, and how Miriam, his sister, suggests that she brings a nursing mother who nurses Moshe, and then he's brought back to the palace when he is Vayigdal hayeled vatevi'eu lebat Paro. The boy grew up, and she brought him to the daughter of Paro. Then he lives in the palace, very comfortable life. Then another pasuk in the parasha says, Vayigdal Moshe. The pasuk says, Vayihi ba'yamim hahem. Happened in those days. Vayigdal Moshe, and Moshe grew up. Vayetze el echav, and he went out to his brothers. Vayar besivlotam, and he saw in their burdens. So the pasuk says here that Vayigdal, and he grew up. But earlier in the parasha it says, Vayigdal hayeled, he grew up. So what is the second, he grew up. So in Hebrew, the word to be a gadol could be either to grow up in terms of age, or to grow up in terms of as a person, to be a great person. And the pasuk here indicates, according to the Midrash, that Moshe Rabbeinu went out to see how his brothers, the Jewish people, were doing. He would even carry with them some of the burdens. He would sort of like feel for their suffering. He didn't have to, he could stay in the palace. But he cared so much for them. He got involved when there was an Egyptian beating up a Jewish person. That there were these two people who were having an altercation. They were fighting. He got involved. We see that he really cared not just for himself, but actually for all of the Jewish people there. And that was a sign of greatness. That's what it means, Vayigdal, he grew up. To be a true leader is to care for the people in a way that is genuine. And that was what Moshe Rabbeinu was. Rabbi Shemot says, the eye of a person should be as expanded as possible to become a great person or to grow up. In fact, when a baby is born, all he cares is to be taken care of. He's hungry, he wants to be fed. He wants to be changed. The older a person becomes, the more he's concerned with what happens and the needs of those around him. Yes, we do care for our spouse, for our children, but the question is, how big is that circle? To be a true leader, that circle should be as wide as possible. And that was one of the signs of greatness of Moshe Rabbeinu. Vayigdal Moshe vayetze lechav. How do you know that he became a great person? That he went out to his brothers. He could have stayed in the palace, very comfortable life, in a royal palace. He was the adopted child of the princess. Yet, it was not just about him and his comfort. It was about others that he cared for. And that's what is a sign of a true leader. And the more a person, even without being in a position of leadership, the greatness of a person is really measured by how much he can do for others, how much he cares for others, how much his I, meaning I, his person, how he identifies not just with him, with me, myself, and I, but rather how wide can that circle be to include more people that he's concerned with. Nowadays, this question comes into play when a lot of what's around in the popular culture is the iPhone, is the iPad, is the selfies, etc. People are sort of like self-centered, when actually the sign of the greatness of a person is not how many likes you have on your Facebook, but actually how much you're able to do for others, and how wide is the circle to how many people you include in terms of what you care for. Baruch Adonai le'olam, amen ve'amen.